So this time, we're going to do a video on how to accelerate the boat more. There's two ways to make the boat move faster. Number one is paddle faster, or number two, paddle stronger. Much like a bike or a car, you have only a certain amount of force you can actually apply before you start having to go super fast and super frequent. So that's why we change gears, right? In Dragonboat, the only way you can change gears is basically how much torque you apply to the water. And how you apply torque to the water is all about the angles. So if I go super parallel, super perpendicular in the water, I generate a lot of torque, a lot of power, and that makes me accelerate more. If I go at a more negative angle, I'm slicing through the water, so I have less power going through. Now, going back to the before point is either we can paddle faster or we paddle harder. It's generally better to try to paddle harder because every stroke has its own overhead cost. When you exit, when you rotate, there's all these parts of the body that have to move to accommodate an exit. So you want to be as efficient as possible with your stroke. In order to make sure that you are accelerating fully, that means you're generating as much torque as possible. You want the blade of your paddle to be fully buried. So hence, when we do a catch, we want to make sure that our hand has contact with the water. Like this, we can confirm that we are fully buried before we stroke. When we stroke, it's really important to try to maintain a good angle against the water. So maintaining a good angle against the water means you want to press down with your top hand, but also you want to engage your hips and your back to add horizontal motion. If I only press down, the natural morphology of the body makes me do arcs, which means I'm only cutting through the water and I'm doing negative angles. I'm not actually pushing the boat much. Conversely, if I only move my back, we are keeping the angle of the blade, but this is very unnatural and potentially dangerous for injury. So you want to have a mix of both, wherein you're pressing down, and as you press down, you're also engaging your full body so that you bring the paddle all the way to your hips. And once we're done, like we said, hand around the shoulder level, you know we're coming back up. Another way to generate torque is also where you hold your hand, where you hold the blade with your bottom hand. If you hold it higher, obviously you're farther away from your leverage. This will feel harder to pull. If you're closer to the tip of the blade, this will be easier. So when we try to feel the acceleration of the water, it might be more beneficial to hold it slightly higher like this, so that you feel a little bit of resistance, all the while not making it too hard for yourself to stroke. So when we want to leverage our hips, we also want to engage our feet. It's almost like we're leaning forward and then we're sitting back up straight. If you look at my arm, this is all the horizontal motion is given by the back, not so much by the arms. The arms, yes, there is a little bit of pulling, but it's mostly the core. That's why when you do Dragonboat, it's very important to engage your hips. The feet give energy to your hips, which in turn give energy to your core. It all starts all the way down, all the way up here. So if we bring it all together, we have catch, we make sure we have a good angle, we initiate from the feet, we kick almost, and we press down as we sit back straight. Hand always in the water to make sure we're fully buried. And then as we feel the acceleration, we're not feeling the acceleration of the water, the resistance. When I get to my hips, I feel it start giving away. That's what I mean, the end of the acceleration. I don't feel the pushback against the water anymore. That means it's time to come back out and restart. When I come back out, it's really important to make sure that I give myself a lot of time to fully bury the blade for the catch so that I can go. for this one.